Zalaka, what should we do about those goblins?
I am not sure I have ever seen Scholar so concerned. There must be something we can do.
Hmm. Ah, I have a crazy idea, Pineleaf, but it might just work. So, we have two goblin hosts to deal with, not enough Bjornings to deal with either, and in the middle of all the hobgoblins and the great goblin plan to fight it out. If their forces are closely matched, they might just kill each other off, and we would all have to do is mop up the survivors. Based on what you saw in Waldfast, I think the Great Goblin is at a disadvantage in numbers. Perhaps we should even the odds a little bit? I have some ideas for what we can do to pull this off. While you are dealing with things in Goblin Town, I am going to visit some good friends to see if I can get their help. Ask Gala if he can help you get anything. All right. Well, and what else do you need from me? Oh, good grief! Whee!
The Beornings once made safe the Riverlands. We will again.
Do you remember those crude drawings we found in Einhardt's homestead? I believe the goblins were going to spread them in Goblin Town in an attempt to sway more of his former followers to the Great Goblin side. I have them right here. I can't believe I'm entertaining this idea. Perhaps it's worth it to continue the Great Goblin's work? Yeah, even the words taste foul to me. But this is one case where it truly seems like we must help the Great Goblin, for he is the lesser of our foes today. Alright, so spread goblin drawings. Yes, alright, what other ideas you have?
The mountains belong to us, not to those foul goblins.
Is this so-called warlord who leads the hobgoblins from Gundabad is the real threat in Goblin Town today. His hobgoblins have cowed the goblins into submission, and they themselves are of great size and vicious numbers. Defeat as many of them as you can while you're inside, and that will help the playing field to be more even. Alright, so defeat frostbound hobgoblins. Oh, hobgoblins are a real nuisance. You know that hobgoblins are a real. Yeah, I'm sure you know that hobgoblins are a real nuisance.
The Vales must be made safe. Do what you can.
The Great Goblin appears to have quite a few goblins still following him, but his forces pales in comparison to what remains inside Goblin Town, especially what we did to him. Yes, there is that too. You will have to defeat quite a number of them to even the odds. Alright, defeat goblins inside the Goblin Town. Alright, and a Goblin Gate. Okay. I suppose if I defeated one members on one side, I need to do it on the other. And let's see. What
The
next?
mountains belong to us, not to those foul goblins.
If you're going to get inside Goblin Town unseen, you'll have to deal with the watchtowers between here and the gate. I have heard from the scouts that they seem to have been assembled in a hurry. They must be expecting an attack from the Great Goblin or something. Lucky for us, hasty construction off means hasty destruction. Ah ha 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 ha, yeah. Alright, so destroy Goblin watchtowers between here and the gate. Whee! And what do you need?
So you wish to enter Goblin Town? I overheard your plans.
Yes,
This seems risky, but I will not stop you.
it may be our only path to success, so I won't stop you from going to Goblin Town. I have a scout stationed near the Goblin Gate. She will be able to get you near to where the hobgoblins have holed themselves up. Find her. All right? In other words, kill lots of goblins that are loyal to the hobgoblins. Kill lots of hobgoblins. Destroy goblin watchtowers. Get inside Goblin Town, which I'm sure is going to be tougher than the last time I've been in Goblin Town. this is going to be full of joy. There seem to be goblins all around here, which must mean that we are getting closer to our destination. I think first we have to take care of a couple of goblins before we can move on our way. Aha! They're spies. That means that they're planning on informing the rest of the goblins that we've got spies and sentries already pretty thick around here. There is the burglar! Exclaimed Bilbo, slipping off his ring. Yes. Well, let's see if I can burgle my way into Goblin Town, which would be the real tricky bit right now. As soon as I take care of these goblin soldiers here. Will you please? Thank you. Hey, that goblin seems to be running around quite a bit. It's always a bad sign when you have goblins running around. They're usually messengers or something like that. Or they're harassing people who are walking through here, which is the other possibility. Well then. Aho! I see a goblin outpost up ahead. I think we're going to have to investigate that because I'm sure we'll find plenty of goblins to thin out around here. Yeah. As noisy as ever. Looks like one of the local hunters decided to join in. All right. Oh, is that it? Ooh. That looks like the gate to Goblin Town. And that looks like one of those towers I need to hastily destruct. Yes. There you go. Where'd they get the mammoth bones for that? Well, doesn't matter. That's one tower down. And probably a couple more up there. It appears that I found the scout. Hello there.
Yes, I can get you inside. Let
Let-
me know when you are ready.
All right, let's get into inside of Goblin Town. Oh, yuck. Ah, inside Goblin Town. And a good place for some drawings. There you go. All honor of the great goblin. Oh, good grief. Yes, all honor of the great goblin. He's the greatest. Yeah, really. Greatest goblin. Yeah, great big fat. I guess great in that sense of the word. Oh well. Let's continue. I finally found a hobgoblin. I was beginning to wonder if there were any of these in here. Well, it looks like they're going to be just as annoying as the ones that are outside. Yeah, at least they're consistent, right? Maybe it's good to have an archer with me. Will you please go down, please? Thank you. Whew. Well, that takes care of a few of them. Oh my! That's an army back there! Yikes! What's an army doing back there? Whew. Well. And what are we going to do about them? You alright? I just need to get a close look at the hobgoblin leader, who I saw in a distance down here. Now, unfortunately, there are several goblins between me and this great hobgoblin, or whatever he calls himself. Mr. Frosty. Alright, we'll call him Mr. Frost for now until I get a better name for him. But there's Frosty up there. Sharnach. Oh, yeah. That looks like a close enough look. Now let me just kill this goblin and get out of this place because this place is nasty. And anyway, I still have those watchtowers I need to deal with. I'm back from my expedition.
Good to see you in one piece. How fared your mission into Goblin Town?
I managed to burn some towers, kill some goblins and some hobgoblins, and I also put up some posters. Skarnach! At least we have a name for our enemy now. If you were successful, and it sounds like you were, the great goblin will want to press its advantage while he has it, before more forces from Gundabad arrive. Lachar has not yet returned, and was rather mysterious about where she was going. I hope you're ready to face the goblins without her. All right.
There is nothing more to do but wait for the great goblin to attack Goblin Town with the force he has mustered.
Yes, and when the great goblin attacks Goblin Town, we would be watching, ready to pounce on the winner and lay him low. All right. Well, assuming they don't come to an accommodation and decide to come after us, which is one of the things that sometimes happens in these situations, I guess I'll accept the quest.
We may be waiting a while. Get comfortable.
All right, I'll get comfortable.
The great goblin's forces are approaching, and the warlord's host lies in wait. Battle will soon erupt. All we can do now is watch and hope they fall upon each other's spears.
Well, it's better that for us than if they decide, hey, let's gang up on those Bjornings.
We received word that the great goblin and his host are on the move and will arrive soon. Ready yourself. This may be messy.
This may be messy. Well, I just hope it's not messy for us. Well then, let's see what we've got here. Move, you cretins! Goblin Town will be mine again, or we will die trying. All right. Finally crawled out of your hole, Mobrug. If you see war, you shall have it. You think you're better than me, Hobgoblin? Let this be 1-to-1. Come and find out how a great goblin fights. I accept your challenge for the Herald of Winter. Okay. Well, this is Warlord Shockrack. No! Take that, you massive brutes! Size isn't everything. An unexpected outcome. That goblin has earned some respect. But there's still too many goblins alive for us to feed her on.
The earnings have returned for your heads, greenskins. Farewell fast!
Longhaar, what is she doing? She will get herself killed. Wait, is that...
Kill the meddling Bjorning! What's going on? Shock up! Wait, no! Run away! Run away! Run away! Run away!
Crawl back into that pit you call home, worms. This is our land.
Run away! Run away! Oh, well, yeah, the eagles. I forgot about the eagles. Ah, well then. Forgot about that outcome. Well, that certainly took care of a problem.
What a battle! Those goblin fools did not expect a visit from a great eagle. Ha ha! Let us return to Vegbar I could use a hot meal and a stiff drink.
I'm sure you can. Let's go. I suspect that'll keep the goblins away for a day or two.
We did it! Did you see the look on that fat goblin's face when the eagle appeared?
Goblin Town is no longer a threat, and Gundabad has lost control of the goblin host. We have dealt a great blow to our enemies. Eventually, a new great goblin will rise up to the top. They always do in time. But for now, we celebrate our victory. Thank you for your help, Pineleaf. You have done a great service to the Bjornings and the other folk of the Vales. We are in your debt. And I'll take the Brigadine of the Bearkin. Ooh, I got some rep there. New deed, ally to the Wilder folk, which means I just got known to the Wilder, no, friend of the Wilder folk. Okay. I reached friend. Yay! And that means that it looks like we are done here in Vegbar, and that it is time to head out to Holtfeast. Hello there. I've been sent by Grimbjorn.
The fighting may be done, but we need to rebuild our town and restock our larders.
Welcome to Holtfeast, village of the woodmen. My people have endured much with the passage of time, but no matter the trouble that comes, we persist and stand strong. When orcs burned down the walls, we rebuilt them. When wargs stalked our streets, we drove them away. So it has always been, and that was the way of life in Holtfeast. But in recent weeks, something changed. I know not what it was, and neither do the elders of the village. But the orcs and goblins of the Misty Mountains poured forth from their holes in numbers we had not seen for 100 years. The fighting was more fierce than any I had ever seen, and my people and the bear folk alike suffered tremendous losses. Grimbjorn and a number of his people finally saw victory at the old forest. But none knew if a second attack might be coming. Well, good news for you. It looks like we may have averted a second attack for the time being. Only when a great eagle appeared in the southern skies and spoke of the war's ending did we dare hope that the worst was behind us. The fighting may be done, but we need to rebuild our town and restock our larders. If you seek out to and defeat orc stragglers and gather flanks from the forest hearts and the wood's edge for our cook in Vermond, you will have helped us, and we will remember it. Very well. Defeat orcs and collect some flanks. Well, I guess if I've been around killing goblins, then killing some orcs would also be in order. But we also need to speak with Rikmar, so I believe collect some tolls. So we'll take care of that next. A page. What's in this? Let's try it.
Old Mad Ob, so quick and deft, snatches, catches, leaves bereft the mothers of the babes he claims, and leaves them crying out their names.
Old Mad Ub. Old Old Man Ub, so quick and deft, snatches, catches, and leaves bereft the mothers of the babes he claims, and leaves them crying out their names. That's a strange poem. Hello there, I'm from Bjorninghuis.
Have you been sent by Grimbjorn? Where are the provisions he promised us?
If he has fulfilled his promises I hoped, I suppose it's no matter that he sent an outsider. Well?
Well?
Hello there. I've not been sent by Grimbjorn with provisions, but instead a search Bjorning name Um, Raskor, who was thought to have arrived in Hootvis some days ago. Oh, I'm sorry, Pineleaf. Hootvis has suffered greatly since the end of the war, and many miles have gone unfed to preserve what little rations we have left. Even so, I won't abandon the skin changers. Many of their kind fought and died to protect us against the orcs, and the woodmen will aid them in return. If Grimbjorn sent Harskor on his errand, he has either become lost or some trouble has found him under the eaves of the forest. Alas, it is not the way of the skin changers to lose the path in the vales. What has become of him? And what has become of the provisions he bore? Hmm. It is curious that Grimbjorn chose to send you instead of one of his kin. He does not often entrust such matters to outsiders. Perhaps he does something of sees something of himself in you. Here, let me mark your map. If Frostgore met with some trouble on the road to Hoothviz, you must find him. Very well. I shall look for him when I return for the next episode of Pineleaf in the North Kingdoms.